Hello, I'm Ria Soler, the Director of Education for Tequila Komos. Over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to take you through what makes our Añejo Cristalino Tequila so very special. It's not a lot of time, so let's get started. Well, first of all, what is Komos? Komos is sun, sea, salt. It's all of the beauty of the Mediterranean distilled in your glass. Mediterranean winemaking technique with traditional tequila production. The one person that could bring these two things together is our founder and CEO, Richard Betts. Richard Betts comes from both the world of winemaking and the world of tequila and mezcal making. He set out to make a brand new spirit that would bring both of those things together. So, how do we do this? Well, first of all, we start with the finest agaves, 6 to 8 years old, hand harvested from both the highlands and the lowlands of tequila, exactly when their sugar content is right. We then roast those agaves in traditional stone ovens. That takes longer and it's more expensive than other methods, but what it does is it concentrates those agaves and treats those piñas really well. After those piñas are cooled, we need to press them, and the way that we press to extract the agave nectar is through milling. Milling is a really gentle process that pulls apart the agave fibers really well while still leaving the juice really nice and intact. After that, we go on to our fermentation, which is for 2 to 3 days, open air with natural yeast. And then for our distillation, we distill in copper pot stills, not once, but twice. So now we have a really gorgeous Blanco tequila. But a lot of people have a really gorgeous Blanco tequila, right? And we're setting out to make something a little more special than that. So here's where that first winemaking technique comes in. Rather than aging in American oak ex-bourbon barrels, the way 99% of tequila is aged for, we choose to age in French oak white wine barrels. That does a lot of different things to our tequila. First of all, if you think about a bourbon barrel, it's a heavy char, it's got white dog that's been sitting in there for 3 years, it's big, it's hot, it's heavy. All of those flavors are going to impart themselves on the agave and tamp down the natural sweetness and freshness of that agave distillate. When you've got a French oak white wine barrel, you get much more of the floral characteristics, the soft fruit characteristics, and that translates through into our Añejo tequila, which we've aged for a minimum of 1 year before we turn it into our Cristalino. The reason we've made this Añejo into Cristalino is to take out the impurities and congeners that give you a harsh mouthfeel, that make you feel tannic or acidic, and that might give you a headache the next day if you enjoy a few tequilas. With Komos, you're able to really enjoy that moment, and that mouthfeel is clean and crisp. So the way that we are filtering out those congeners is through a very long column of activated charcoal, which we drip our tequila through, leaving you with that gorgeous Cristalino. Now, it is important to note that Cristalino tequila is 100% a recognized category of tequila by the Mexican NOM, the Mexican government that regulates tequila processes. So I think that's something that really a lot of people might not be sure about yet, but that's the truth. After we've got our Cristalino, it's beautiful, but we want to give it one more final touch. So what we do is we pour it into Greek amphora. Amphora are ancient winemaking vessels that, Cleopatra would have definitely known what those were. They're lined with beeswax, and we put those in there not so that the tequila ages further, but so it's tumbled, so it takes on oxygen, further rounding out those edges and giving you a really delicate sweetness on the finish. So that's our Añejo Cristalino, into which we put this beautiful bottle. This bottle is handmade vitrified porcelain from Mexico. It's heavy, it feels gorgeous to touch. It's got our symbols of sun, sea, and salt on it, and it's meant to be upcycled. In fact, these labels peel off really easily, so you can use them for flowers, water service, or like I do, as sort of pieces of art around the house. Komos is best enjoyed chilled or on a large piece of ice. But if you want to make the best margarita you've ever had in your life, I'm not going to stop you. We here at Komos say revel how you want to. Komos is revelry, and I hope that you've enjoyed learning about it over these quick 5 minutes with me. Thank you so much. Bye.